What's going on, everybody? It is your host, Dr. Splash. Welcome to Yancey Street. I hope you guys stay for the long term. I am the king of the Yancey Street gang. Welcome aboard. Today, we're talking about some bullshit that came across my timeline. All right. So, first of all, we will not be spreading hate or any kind of dislikes towards people we talk about in terms of content creators. All right, let's keep it at the content. Do not make it personal. Send love, support, all that. With that being said, I was preparing to do my Daredevil vs. Nightwing video, which I have done, and I keep getting these comments. Check out Danco's Superman vs. Silver Surfer. I was like, all right, we're getting a little too many of these for me to be real comfortable right now. My spidey senses are starting to tingle. So I go to check out the video. Sure enough, it's some baby back bullshit. So, spoilers, my boy Danny, he had to come through for the one time, right? And he said Silver Surfer is way too much for Superman. Now, let's talk about why this is such a funny topic, right? Because all the things used against Superman, and again, get in the comment section if you disagree with me, or just talk about this topic in general. But all the complaints about Superman in terms of versus battles, when people think he loses to other characters, typically it comes down to, well, I don't think Superman's that consistent. I just don't think. I know you guys are arguing he's out of reversal. I know you guys are arguing he's the concept embodiment of hope. But I just don't think he's that consistent or that level. It's all over the place. He's not that guy. First of all, I was planning on a discussion video about Superman scaling and the problems with it. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But here's the reason why that's funny as an argument against Superman in the context of what we're talking about. In the context of the discussion, Silver Jobber's involved. If we are talking about anyone who's a bum, if we're talking about just someone not being that guy, Silver Surfer's 100% up there. GB recently just read through all of Silver Surfer's appearances, got down all his best feats and all his jobber moments. Okay, so there's a lot of them. It's bad. So to argue the consistency side, you got to throw that out the window for Silver Surfer. Like, that can't be the crux of your argument for why that character wins. You can't be like, oh, well, Silver Surfer's consistently at this level and does this with these hacks. Nah, he's not consistent at all. If you're going to get Superman for that, gotta get Surfer for that. At their peak, Superman all day. Superman, to be fair to Silver Surfer, I think Silver Surfer is one of the most tragically written characters in comics, in that he should be way better than what he typically is. I mean, we rarely see Silver Surfer at Galactus level. But Tony Stark got the power cosmic for about 15 minutes and was telling Oblivion and the rest of the abstracts they could pull the fuck up. Okay, so like, it's pretty obvious Norrin is not that saucy when it comes to his own power. This is also important because a lot of the arguments made for Silver Surfer just aren't that scared. Like when you argue he has hacks, right? And he has ways in which it can be complicated for Superman to beat him. Like, Silver Surfer will just make Kryptonite. Will just reality warp it with the power cosmic. When the fuck does Surfer do something like that? When does he ever do shit like that? It's very rarely that he uses his powers for cool shit like that, let alone something that's outside of his verse. That's not really something that happens. Like, this is a dude, despite having the power cosmic, thinks supernovas are things of wonder, looks at him like a baby does. Didn't know what Noel was when he was getting attacked. There's a lot of times he gets attacked and doesn't know what's going on. And frankly, if he did know what was going on, that story likely wouldn't happen because he'd just take care of it. So you could argue he has the same problem as Superman, which is he's too broken, so you got to limit him sometimes for a good story, right? But regardless of that, the hacks, the way people argue he would use them against Superman, like the Kryptonite bullshit and all that, not really how he operates. Now, the solar is interesting, but this is a Superman who completely drained, also flew through the sixth dimension. And the sixth dimension being a place beyond the concept of imagination, which is not bound to the ideas of life and death. So I bring that up to say, just for the idiots that say like 6D Superman. No, fuck off. I don't see the hacks being used in a particularly useful way. Here's the problem with Silver Surfer. The big argument, and we're keeping in content again, the big argument from Danko, like he thought he cooked with this. I think this is just example 2038 that he low-key doesn't read comics. He was like, Surfer's gonna win because he fought Entropy. Guess who else fucking fought Entropy? Superman. Dummy. Like, what do you... If that's the crux, Superman actually won. Your argument is Silver Surfer survived for like 15, 16 minutes. Get the fuck out of here. Not to mention Griever. Like, Griever's not been that bitch since after that fight, okay? Like, Griever's loss record's not the craziest thing you've ever seen. So, it's just shitty argumentation. Like, I watched this video, and I watched the arguments for Surfer, like I said. That argument with the entropy is stupid, and PRX is literally entropy. Represents the concept of entropy, all that. It's dumb. It's dumb. I don't agree with what he said in the video. If I'm being honest with you guys, I don't think he really reads either. And I think he goes to respect threads, reads forums and shit like that. I think he downplayed both characters. I think Surfer's a lot stronger than he said. I think Superman's a lot stronger than he said. We see this happen, though, with like, I guess we'd say casual scaling. But regardless, disagree with the outcome, disagree with where he scaled the characters. His big moment, like, he put a huge emphasis on why Surfer wins because of that battle. That's something Superman did on a Tuesday. He'd know that if he had read the comics, but I digress. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you guys want to see me do an in-depth video of regular versus battle with Superman versus Silver Surfer, I disagree with how the battle plays out. I disagree with how strong he had them. I disagree with a lot of things in his video. So my battle, my video, my outcome, my rulings would be way different. Let me know if you want to see that. But anyways, it's been the resident of Yancey Street, your host, Dr. Splash. Thank you guys for tuning in. And remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.